Welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and I'm here today to show you my Google Calendar and stuff, and it is a cozy Sunday. I'm fucking tired. So today we're playing Cozy Sunday and we don't give a shit. I need my tea. My tea tastes like hot oatmeal and it's delicious. Yeah, so I asked in a video, I don't fucking know when, a while ago, if y'all would be interested in seeing my Google Calendar. I think it would have been in my update video, my last planner video, which is linked up above in the cards, because I, use my Google Calendar a lot for planning. And so I'm going to show you that today. And this is my second time filming it, because my first time I just rambled and it was a kind of incoherent. So hopefully this will be better. Anyways, so my planning has changed even more since that update. And basically what I've realized is my bullet journal, which is over here. My bullet journal, this is it's my number one spiritual tool. It's my personal development tool. So I was, even since doing that update, I was still having trouble with basically the only thing that's ever been effective for me using in that was like my trackers where I keep information, or my goal setting where I'm planning things out, and my dailies. Everything else, all the actual planning aspects, don't really work. What it does is it keeps my brain clear. Doing my daily list helps me clear my brain. But I'm trying to figure out the way to actually plan my things and not forget things and not put them off, and actually get better with projects and all of these things. And right now I'm trying to explore that digitally. I am still using my journal, because the days in which I don't fill out my journal are the days in which I feel like bullshit. I just feel like crap. And I'm happy to say that because of the way I'm doing this now, I'm having a lot more space in my journal to do tarot readings. These are all a tarot reading. This is a tarot reading. So basically what I'm doing is I'm leaning into that journal, my bullet journal, as what it is, which is, it is a personal development tool. And I'm exploring other things, digital options, to take care of some the task planning and stuff. Hiya! Okay, so the reason I have a Google Calendar is because I have to. I do consultations and readings mostly via live Zoom sessions. So I have to have an online calendar for my clients to be able to book with me. The links for that are in the description as always. And my specialty is using tarot to explore personalized readings based on each individual's astrology. And I also do journaling consultations, goal planning consultations. The other reason why I need a Google Calendar is because my wife the only way I can get her to input appointments and stuff is the Google Calendar. Even that has taken a while, because she's just naturally not a record the plans type of planner person, and that's okay. I just need to know the information. The way my brain works, I need all the information brought into one space so I know what's going on every day, so I don't fucking freak out. Because I have panic. My neurodivergence gets really bad. It does not do well if I don't know what is going on in my day. I don't like changing plans. It's just a no. It's just a no. So I need to know all the plans. And so here's my Google Calendar. There's something sticky. And the cool thing is, I've really come into using the Google Calendar more fully. So we have several parts here with the Google Calendar. And the first is I use a color code. And this is a color code I have used for years. And it originated from my bullet journal. Without my bullet journal, I wouldn't have been able to get to the point I am. And through it, I've learned so much about myself and what works for my brain and what I need my journal to do and what other type of planning I need and that kind of stuff. So I have the color code that if something is red, it is one of my tasks. If or an appointment involving just me, it's just like, it might affect others, but it's my work. And that's all these reds. Most of my stuff on my calendar is red because it's my calendar. Purple things like these guys right here involve my wife. And sometimes they involve me, sometimes they don't. That depends. These ones involve me. I just kind of know which ones involve me, but here's one that's coming up that doesn't involve me. Here's one coming up that also doesn't involve me. And then I have the blue, and the blue is for my kiddo. So as you can see here, I've marked no school because it's a long weekend. And here, service, this is going to our UU church every Sunday, and all of us go. It involves the family. So the blue is for my kids' specific things. So if I need to write something for a school, or if it's like a family event, it goes in blue. That's the basic color code. And then I do have some other things, but we'll get to the more fun things in a minute. A Google Calendar, I'm sure most people are familiar with it, but it's pretty standard in that, like, if you put a time to it, it gets a little dot and it becomes an event with a time. I mark my types of work with writing what it's for, and then a dash, and then the name of the client. So here I have a year's head spread reading for a client. I've got a solar return reading. I've got a consultation. I've got more hiding in other places. And why is this in red? Whatever. So if something is timed in Google Calendar, it becomes a like a time slot. And then otherwise, the rest of them are all day things. And this means these things have to happen this day, but I don't have a specific time frame. Like on the 20th, I get my child tax in. So I have to do I get paid, I get money, and I have to do the budget. So that is something I have to do that way. It's like a task that I need to plan and I need to remember to add. This is all stuff that I need to make sure I'm accounting for when I make my daily list. When I make my mental plans for the day in my bullet journal, I have to remember all of these things, because if I don't and then something comes up, my brain short circuits, basically, is how it feels, and then I don't get anything done. So basically, what I'm experimenting with is gathering all the information I'll want into one space, so that way each night, I can grab my journal, I can open it to the newest page, I can check my Google Calendar, and I can check my other thing, which I'm going to show you, and I can make a master list for the day, which involves my events, like my appointments, all the things that have to get done that day, and then based on how busy the rest of it is, I can add in other things from projects and stuff. And this is very much a work in progress. This is very much something I'm still figuring out as I go along. So that's these, and the great thing about the all day is I can mark periods of time. And that's where I got the idea. It was mentioned, it's a practice my astrologer and lots of astrologers do. We have been known as astrologers to mark down astrological aspects and things going on in the sky into our Google Calendar. And I finally decided to start doing that this month, and I love it because I have my honeycomb planner, but I forget to reference this a lot of the time. Like, basically I'm using the Google Calendar to corral all the information. My computer corrals and holds all the information, so that way I can build my ultimate daily master to-do list kind of a thing. I knocked over a bunch of books. Sure. Anywho, so I sat at the end of March and I grabbed my honeycomb and I input all my astrological things. So I have 2 different colors of astrology stuff. One is this color, which I am going to change because I don't actually like it, but I don't know what color to pick. I like that one. That color works. So let's just change these colors. Oh shit, yo. Okay, sorry. I just noticed something on my calendar which will which is an important thing to note for a client. I just noticed an astrological thing that'll be a big deal for a client. So that's exciting. Anyway, so this light purpley color, these are aspects in astrology going on that's affecting everybody in the world. So for example, right now Mars is in Pisces. I do not always mark all the periods of time, like Mars is in this sign, Mars is in that sign, Mercury is in, I don't mark that. I just have developed the habit now, after realizing last month that every time the moon goes through Pisces and every time things go through Pisces, it kicks my ever-loving asshole. I've determined it's important for me to record those. So that way I know for this period of time here, which is going all the fucking way until May, I know to be a bit kinder to myself if I'm having trouble, because Mars right now is in Pisces, lighting up the whole section of Pisces, which is doing a different aspect in my chart, which is causing some mayhem. So, and that's kind of the point of using the Google Calendar for the astrological stuff. So you can write the general stuff so you know, like, here's the new moon eclipse in Taurus. Here's Pluto stationing retrograde. Here's where Mercury enters Gemini. Here's Beltane, which is like, it is a Wheel of the Year holiday which has astrological significance. I've got, I haven't done this one yet. But I had ones earlier in the month, like the new moon and the full moon just passed. Yeah, here's the full moon. So I have these just generic astrological aspects going on so I can keep track of them. And this also helps too, because by keeping track of them, this is how you start to notice patterns of what things affect you personally more. And what I'm doing, it's a more advanced astrology work. So it's not really like yeah, you can track where the moon is, and you can you can observe patterns of like, fuck, every time the moon goes through Leo, I feel sparkly and brand new. You might not understand why if you look at your chart, depending on how advanced your astrology knowledge is, because it's tracking aspects. It's one of the like final pieces that you start to add to an astrological practice, right? But so I have the things tracking all the astrology stuff put in, and I put in new moons, full moons. I note if it's an eclipse. I put when things station direct or retrograde, and then I put where things ingress or enter. They move from one sign to another. So Mercury enters Gemini. That's Mercury ingressing into Gemini. And then I have the sagey green, which is my personal aspects. So this is not just like, oh, Mars has moved into the sign of Pisces in the sky. This is, oh, Chiron, where it is in the sky now, is interacting with my birth chart in such a way that it's causing this aspect. It's the relationship of the planets as they are moving through the sky now and how that interacts with your energy based on your birth chart. So these are more personalized. And the cool thing about it is, again, you can make notes of things. So for an example, here we had the moon was conjuncting my Mercury. The moon is your emotional center. And Mercury is your thoughts, your wavelength, how you communicate. And so having the moon moving through the sky and coming that close to my Mercury, that can bring this energy, and my Mercury is in Aries. That can bring an energy of anytime something emotional hits you, it hits you hard and you want to like bitch out people kind of thing. So the way this aspect translated to me was, as I wrote, lots of a potential for emotional based communication, wanting to communicate your emotions, even if it's not necessarily a good idea. And so I wrote, watch that fiery tongue, don't let it run away with you. I was able to give myself a warning so I could be cognizant of this. So this is the cool thing about working with aspects in astrology. You gain the ability to form patterns and recognize cycles for your personal self. Like some people feel amazing on the new moon, and some people feel like butthole on the new moon, or some people feel amazing in the full moon, and some people feel terrible and exhausted. Those are the kinds of patterns we look for. And at the same time, the other side of that coin is not just looking to recognize patterns, it's also looking to see those patterns coming so you can be aware, so you can take better care of yourself, or so you can harness the energy and maybe use it in a different way if it's an energy that's difficult for you. It's all kinds of really cool ways you can work with it, and the applications are endless. It all depends on what things you're looking at specifically, who you are as a person, and what your interests are, right? So I put my astrology in here specifically. And then the cool thing is, there's a couple cool things. One is I really like, why does it keep showing that week? Let's look at next week, because this week's almost over. I really like the way it looks in a weekly view. This is so fucking satisfying to me. This is honestly my favorite, most satisfying way to see my week represented. I've just had trouble using these styled planners in an actual physical planner. And I've tried, and I've tried, and I've tried again and again and again. Anyways, so we have at the top, we have the days of the week. And then this is where you see the daily things. So, and the daily things I also use for planning. So here, film Taurus season reading. That's the tarot reading I started doing last month for my channel, the tarot readings. That's where the plural is. And so because Taurus season, because the sun enters Taurus here, why do I have it twice? I'm going to delete this. So I was able to plan because the sun enters Taurus here. I know I need to make sure to have my Taurus season reading done and uploaded. I would like to have it done tomorrow, but tomorrow I now have plans to go out after some work. And the other cool thing is, so the top collects all the tasks I want to do. So I also know if I want to, let's see. If I know I wanted to do a video on a specific day and I needed to like plan ahead for that, I could just click and add and note it with all the details. And I can put in the description, I can put whatever I need to put. And I can also do these, I can also make Zoom meetings with friends and throw them in here nice and easy. It's really easy to work with. And then the cool part is, here, for example, this is a meeting thing that involves my spouse that does not involve me. I do not have to be available for this. I just have to be the one in charge of making, like, keeping an eye on Cameron. So we decided to go out to see my friend tomorrow, and to visit with her and her grandkids. So I can add that in. And because I'm not actually needed here, like, if you notice here, I click on staff meeting, it says free. Here, it doesn't say that. Here are ones that I can see, but I can't actually do anything about. Right? Because these I just see because I have the correct thing checkmarked for my calendar to be synced to my wife's account. Here, it says busy. So I'm able to put in this and I can see my whole day. So, and actually we don't have choir tomorrow because it's Easter Sunday, so I can get rid of that choir. So I can see just by looking, I've got a full fucking day tomorrow. And I've got a very busy week coming up. I've got lots of work, which is extremely exciting. This makes me so happy to see. Thank you all to all who support me. So this will affect things when I sit down to do my planning this evening. And then I have a new thing I've added, which is Kanban boards. I decided to try a Kanban board because I really struggle with finishing projects and losing track of things. And I'm really getting tired of writing the same things over and over in my list, in my daily, and not actually doing them. I'm tired of having, I'm tired of having a long list of stuff I don't actually do. I'm trying to actually build it so my planner is working for me. I'm not working for it, right? If I want to spend time in my journal, I want to spend time journaling tarot readings or something else fun like that. I don't want to spend a bunch of time making lists that I don't fucking finish. I'm tired of doing that. So I was like, I want to try a Kanban board. And I wanted a physical one, but that's a ton of post-its, and I didn't personally feel comfortable with that amount of waste. And so I went looking for digital solutions, and I found Kanban Flow, which you can do it for free and have a bunch of Kanban boards. Or you can pay $5 a month and have a bunch of extras. And the cool thing is they don't even ask for your credit card to try a 14-day free trial. So you can just try a free trial and then go from there. And I just set these up like last week and I love it. So I have a bunch, and you're looking at right now my video one. So this is where I keep a video log now of my YouTube videos, or not even just YouTube, but just all my videos. It's color coded. So blue is general spiritual stuff, green is tarot, orange is Patreon, yellow is planner based, and red is just kind of whatever. It's just general. And the really cool thing is I can put, so I'm putting over here, it said Monday, April 11th. That's when I set this up. So part of the reason I did the color code is so I can see, okay, I've done a bunch of videos this month, but I haven't done any planner videos in a while. So I'm going to prioritize to make sure I do one of the planner videos next. And in fact, planner system update, Google Cal and Kanban, that's what I'm filming right now. So I can move that over to filmed. And I can see, so I know the next video I post is probably not going to be a green one, because the last video I posted was a green one, and that was my 12 decks for 12 houses tarot tag I created, which, check it out, it's up above in the cards. I'm pretty proud of it. I love it. And the other cool part is I can add a tag or a label to them. And so if there's a label here, so this one says Planner System Update, Google Calendar, Kanban. This is going to go into my like Planner System playlist. Tarot Wish List Declutter, that's a depthier video. Bookshelf Declutter, that's a depthier video. And so I can make sure I know where to put it. Right? So I have one for videos, and I have a bunch of them. I have one for my household. So when you set them up, you can change the columns, but the basics of a Kanban, and I'll try and link a video of Cindy Gunter Baldo, her explaining it, because I liked her video about it. She's up above in the card. She's a fabulous planner. The basics of it is you have a to-do list, you have an in-progress list, and you have a done. And the in-progress list is it's kept tight. It's controlled. It's controlled how much you put in the works in progress, because then you're supposed to get more done. Right? So I have one for my household projects, including this. I've just used yellow for now because I'm still figuring out how I want to set these up. So I've used this. This is my goal. This is the goal for the second quarter of 2022 for my home life. I want to finish the line, the process of building our house into a home. This includes decluttering, reorganizing, and things that just improve our living experience in our home and allow more space for the other fun things we want to have in our home, as opposed to all our resources being spent on maintaining it. So that's my goal. And then these are the things based on that goal that I want to work on. A lot of them have subtasks. And the cool thing is, I reach a certain point where I can't conceptualize a project from start to completion. I can figure out, here's where I'm starting, here's where I need to go. Figuring out the how to get there is really hard for me. But often I can figure out the first few steps, right? So I know this pile behind me. That's the pile in front of the bookshelf right here. I know the first few steps. I have to sort through the clothing donations for the clothing swap, which is a thing going on with my congregation. And I need to make sure the clothes that go there are in good condition. And then those clothes need to be brought to Nuke, which is what our community is called. Z personally needs to arrange dropping off the old crib bedding. And then otherwise we need to go through the remaining pile. From there, I can't figure out what's next to do, because if we go through the remaining pile and we determine that most of it is to be disposed of, we just dispose of it when we're going through the pile. If we determine that there's stuff in there to donate, then I would have to add a thing that says donate, or ask Kathy to donate, who's a friend who brings me to donate. Pick time, do it. If stuff in there is needing to be kept and I need to find a home for it, then that creates a whole new project, right? So the cool thing is, it's very easy to go in and add a new subtask if it becomes obvious that I need a new subtask. So I just added for funsies, arrange with Kathy to donate. I can do that super easily. So I'm able to organize things based according to my brain in a way that should still help me make progress, right? So that's great. And actually, I've done some work on this. So my Witchy Garden, we started work on this. But so there's that one, and I even added And again, that I'm using the same color code. This color code I use across all things. If it's blue, it involves all of us, including my kiddo. It's a family project. If it's purple, it involves me and my spouse. If it's red, it's just me. And then I was able to create a one and done tasks. Now, in reality, what I should do is I should swap out this and put the one and done tasks here, because these are all things that should be able to be done very quickly. These are things that were clogging up my daily list that I don't want to clog it up. I want to just get them fucking done. It will not take long. No. Oh. There. I need Z's help with that one. So, in reality, it should look like that. So, I've got that board. I've got one for my work. And again, here I've got a color code. I've got the one and done tasks. I've got website ones. And here I'm using the labels because the other cool thing is some projects have projects within projects. An example is for getting my website up and running. I need to finish the home page. I need to get the readings page up. I need to do the live reading page. I need to do the consultation services page. Well, the live readings page is its own other project. So I created a thing for it. The website homepage is its own other project. So I created a thing for it. And I labeled it website up. So I know these things here, 1, 2, 3, that's a website up, have to be done before I can work on this. So technically I am working on the get the website up and running. But it's like, this is the type of thing that I would do get the website up and running, and then I'd have subtasks, and then within each subtask I would have more subtasks for each one. But I can't set it up like that on the Kanban. So what I do is organize it this way, and it might seem more confusing depending on how your brain works, but for mine, it's great. So right now I'm working on the website reading pages. And as soon as this one here is done, which I've made progress on just since starting the Kanban board, the website up and running is probably going to go here. As soon as this one is done, I can... Oh, wait, I have a get 3 out of 4. So there. So I am working on this. And here's the specific part of I'm working on at the same time. And my color code, the blue ones are website. The yellow ones just random. The orange ones are YouTube. The red ones are just me. And then this magenta is Patreon. So hold on. Let me go to my videos then. And let's change this to match the Patreon color in my other board. So that's this one. I also have one for, this is just personal stuff. It's stuff that doesn't involve my work. Although sometimes there's overlap, this is the stuff that's just for me. Which I have to do more fleshing out in this area and more like brainstorming. And the thing is, I'm not good at sitting down all at once and brainstorming everything. I forget shit. But this I can do. I can brainstorm when I feel inspired to brainstorm stuff I want to accomplish for me. I have a place I can do that. And then I do also have a medical one, which is stuff that's on the docket for medical work. And then with the professional or with the paid one, you can create a dashboard so I can see. And so the cool thing is, and the way it works is, every night I pull out my journal and I turn to my Google Calendar and I write down all the things. And yes, often there is like some of these, this is just a note, and this should not be this color. This should be this color. Some of it's just a note, but like when it's the full moon or the new moon, I do a reading on those days. So tonight when I'm planning, I'll come in here, I'll write down all the things first on my Google Calendar. And then based on that, I'll say, okay, I have a very full day. So I can add a couple little things from my Kanban board. What can I do from my Kanban board that's little, right? And I can do that. And I can hopefully start creating more effective lists where I'm getting more of the stuff actually done. So, I mean, it's a little chaotic and I'm still figuring it all out, but I'm really excited and I'm really liking it. And it really, so far, makes a lot of sense for my brain. And again, then at the end of it all, I create a list. I don't think my daily lists are going to go anywhere because it's also where I track the moon. I'm just tired of having big, long lists where the vast majority of the things are just getting moved forward day after day after day. I'm tired of it. It's discouraging. So I want to stop doing that. I want to do better. And so that's what this stuff is for me. This is me trying to develop a more effective actual way that I can do the project planning and the goal setting and the stuff. I'm still going to do my astrological goal setting in my bullet journal. I love that. It's basically like this is where I do like the visualizing and the creative stuff, and I do the intentions, and I figure out the stuff, or I write down the stuff if it's just like short term, and it just makes sense to me, at least. So there it is. I have no clue if this video made sense to any of y'all, but if you liked it, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up to let me know you did, and leave a comment to let me know if any of this made sense to you, or whatever you like, or if you like Kanban boards and stuff like that. I just love chatting with y'all in the comments, so hit me up down there. I'd love to chat with you. Please don't forget to subscribe. You can share my videos. You can hit the bell notification. All of these things are extremely helpful for me growing my channel and being able to continue doing the work that I love. As I mentioned in the description, I have my Calendly where you can book a reading with me or a consultation. Cora, no. And yeah, I have to go because my dog is barking. So I'm gonna let you go, and I will see you again soon. Lots of love. Bye.